RFK Jr. is officially an independent candidate for president in 2024. What does this ultimately mean? Well, the rest of his family is just as nonsensical as he could have possibly anticipated from dyed-in-the-wall Democrats, and it just goes to show you, for all of that saber-rattling that Hillary Clinton had about, MAGA supporters need to be deprogrammed. If that video hasn't come out yet, it will very, very shortly. There's one cult when it comes to politics, and it's the Democratic plantation, and if you leave it, just go ahead and ask any black conservatives that are out there how vengeful they are. Okay, nobody's dropping an N-bomb quicker than a leftist when they figure out that their black friend didn't vote for Joe Biden. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. officially announces an independent presidential run, calling it painful, or however his voice is, to leave the Democratic Party, as his own family members condemn his decision as deeply saddening. Yeah, they already called him a radical for his vaccine positions. So yeah, man, this is why, controversial take, if you did nothing wrong and your family's attacking you, you don't owe them any loyalty. I know that there's some people that want to put family above all else. Nah, man, not in this type of situation, okay? If they're going to try to throw you under the bus, go ahead. Throw them right back. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced an independent presidential bid and was swiftly condemned by several members of his own family. Kennedy, a prominent anti-vaxxer, not really, man. He's laid out his positions multiple times, done streams on a couple of his interviews, and it's actually a fairly reasoned position, but okay. First announced a White House run in April, saying that he planned to challenge President Joe Biden for the Democratic nomination on Monday. Alongside his actress wife, Cheryl Hines, he changed tack, saying he wanted independence from the two political parties. Yeah, it's still, okay, like this, it might end up doing something better for him, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still going to end up having the same outcome. I don't even know if he's going to ever make it to a debate stage, but I like some of his policies, but at the end of the day, I'm still rocking with Trump. So it's nice to see that somebody else is noticing that the Democratic Party is completely shot, but here it is once again, the media taking away the wrong lesson from this, and or rather somebody from inside the Democratic Party realizing that, they still haven't quite figured out what is actually wrong here. The parties themselves are corrupted, not the two-party system. I'm here to declare myself as an independent candidate, Kennedy said in front of several hundred supporters, whose cheers broke up his announcement. Candidate for president of the United States of America. In a speech delivered steps away from Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Kennedy said he did not come to this decision lightly. He said, "It's very painful for me to let go the party of my uncles, my father, my grandfather, and both my great-grandfathers." But let's be honest, if we want to talk about the Kennedy skeletons in the Democratic closet, or in, Uncle Ted's case, the skeleton in the back of an Oldsmobile, the Democratic Party is kind of a anchor around your waist, so you probably did yourself a favor by leaving that. 4 members of his family, siblings Rory, Carrie, Joseph P. Kennedy II, and Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, issued a joint statement saying that they were against his independence bid. Why? Calling the move dangerous and deeply saddening. Why is it dangerous? He wants to run for president because he thinks that the current state, or rather the current trajectory of the United States of America, isn't something that he agrees with. Why is that dangerous? Why is that saddening? The decision of our brother Bobby to run as the third-party candidate against Joe Biden is dangerous to our country. Why? It's You would have been able to just mark it off your bingo card if they would have said it's dangerous to our democracy, the statement said. Bobby might share the same name as our father, but he does not share the same values, vision, or judgment. I think you would find that to be incorrect on a multiple set of positions, but okay. Today's announcement is deeply saddening for us. We denounce his candidacy and believe it is perilous for our country. Kennedy is the son of late Senator Robert F. Kennedy Jr., yes, who was assassinated in 1968 by who? Well, let's just say they currently have their hands full in the Middle East, and the nephew of a late President John F. Kennedy Jr. Wouldn't Attorney General of the United States be a higher position than the Senator? Like, why would they go ahead and rob RFK of that? Anyways, who was assassinated, yes, in 63, yes. It was in Dallas. I don't know if you guys heard. It was a really tough time. One supporter brought a hand-drawn sign that reads, that read, "I want Camelot," a reference to the nickname for President JFK Jr.'s administration. Yeah, this is where it kind of gets a little bit weird, where you start to want these political dynasties. Like, we already had one, like the Kennedys. Yeah, they were kind of, sort of, because, well, how many were entrenched in government? But the only repeat offender that we've had in the White House bearing the same last name is not exactly something that we're looking to emulate. In his speech, the current Kennedy presidential candidate railed against the smug elite. He said, "I can stand before you as every leader should stand before you, free of partisan elite, free from backroom deals, serving only to my conscience, to my creator, and to you. There have been independent candidates in this country before, but this time is going to be different, because this time the independent is going to win." Well, win maybe 5, 6, 7% support when it's all said and done. Like, it's going to be one of the bigger names that's going to be on the ballot, but are you going to be on all the ballots? No. Are you going to be on some of them? Okay. Is it really going to much matter, because most people are just going to be dyed in the wall to their party? Yeah, that's most likely going to be the case. And I've already addressed this before when it first came out that he was going to have this big announcement on October 9th. A lot of people are saying, "Oh my God, this is going to start to dig into the Trump supporter base." No, man, if it's going to affect anybody, why do you think all the Kennedys came out and had that joint announcement that this is very dangerous to our to our party, basically, is what they're saying right there. It's because the Democrats are shitting bricks over this, knowing that, oh my God, somebody broke off at the plantation. Now they're going to go out there and say that, no, the Democratic Party is corrupt. No, we can't have that. That's why I need to denounce him. That's why they already had all the built-in criticisms. Oh, he's an anti-vaxxer. Oh, he's crazy. He was also a drug addict. Why would you believe that? And it's like, well, don't go ahead and champion that one all that loudly, because you don't need to look that far down the Biden tree in order to find somebody that would also fit that description. So yeah, all of these pre-made attacks are already baked in. You could say that the Democratic Party already had a built-in escape hatch, and they used it appropriately, trying to denounce his candidacy off-rip. Haven't heard anything from the RNC come out on this, mostly because, well, they're just too busy to worry about where they want to send all of their fundraising money. What's the appropriate funnel to get it over to Israel? Anyways, 3/4 of Americans believe that President Biden is too old to govern effectively. He said President Trump faces multiple civil and criminal trials. Yeah. Somehow that doesn't seem quite as contemptuous as the fact that Biden can't even navigate a flat stage. Both of them have favorability ratings that are deep in negative territory. Kind of. That is why the two-party politics, or that's what the two-party politics has given us, and that's why we need to pry loose the hammerlock, the corrupt powers in Washington, D.C., and make this nation ours again. Okay, now you're starting to sound like a politician, but yeah, no, I get it. You have a problem with the two-party structure. I have a problem with the two parties. We have common ground. Kennedy told the crowd that the nation needs to get over its addiction to taking sides. My intention is to spoil it for both of them. Oh, great. So you want to win, but you want to spoil it for both of them. What is it? Kennedy later said, pushing back on both Democratic and Republican fears that he could spoil the election for the party's choices. So yeah, no, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I'm going to spoil it for both of you. Wait a minute. I like the zest. I do, but come on, man. You can tell who's more shook than the other one, because here's the statement from the family, conspicuously on a blue background. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? Bobby might share the same name as our father, but he doesn't share our vision. We denounce his candidacy and believe that it is perilous to our country. Our country. Like, as a Kennedy, you think that you're entitled to it? No, man. Why would we turn over power to the White House to another Kennedy if you couldn't even fill out a full term the first time around? I'm just joking. RFK Jr., definitely going to be my second pick in the presidential race for 2024. Because as it stands right now, Joe Biden's going to be the candidate from the Democratic Party as we get closer to the 2024 election. Don't necessarily know if that's going to be true. I'd still peg it at about a 70 to 80% chance he's going to be up there on the debate stage against big old T Money, which is, I think, outside of them trying to take him out, kind of, John Jr. style. He's going to be up there on the stage. And, well, RFK, well, he just might be yelling things off stage or warbling things in his case. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. I would love to see all three of them up on the debate stage, mostly because I want to see if Trump can go ahead and control himself by saying that he kind of said, excuse me, Rob, you sound like you're talking from inside a washing machine. Okay, please. I just want to see if he has the self-control for that. But chances are we're never going to be afforded that opportunity. This is going to be a nice little run, but ultimately it's going to fade into obscurity because the media, because they know that he's the biggest threat to the DNC, is going to go ahead and try to bury this. So if we have any more information on this, like I said, I'm still interested in his candidacy. I don't think it's going to go very far, for all the reasons that I've laid out before. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.